Hey guys, Titus with Paisley Peach Farms, and this morning we're going to talk about one of my favorites, pork chorizo. So we're going to have a little comparison. I went and bought a pork chorizo from the grocery store, and I've got one of our pork chorizos, and we're going to do a cook-off and just show you how it cooks differently. So to start, I've got two identical Dutch ovens that we're going to cook these in. That way we keep this as fair as possible. We have a pork chorizo from the grocery store, and then we have our pork chorizo from us. The first thing that we want to look at is the ingredients. Now, you can read those, but pork salivary glands, lymphonoids, and fat, and seasoning, those are the first three ingredients. And then after all that, then there's a little bit of pork, water, distilled vinegar, defatted soy grits, not even sure exactly what that is, sodium nitrates, and of course it contains soy. And ours, number one ingredient is pork. And then the vinegar, paprika, salt, sugar, spices, chili pepper, garlic, and spike extractives. This is 1 pound. It comes with 4 links, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is 8 ounces, comes in 1. So what we're going to do is I've got a little scale out. We're going to measure 2 of these. 2 of these should be right around 8 ounces, about the same as this. So we can cook close to as identical as much as we can, and we'll just see how they cook differently. Okay, so I've opened them up. We're going to turn that on. And we're going to get one of those. And that's on unit, that's on grams. There we go. Now we're on pounds and ounces. So that's 9.1 ounces, 9.2 ounces. So it's going to be a little bit more than this one, because when you put that one on there, it is exactly 8 ounces. So 8 ounces of the grocery store pork chorizo, 9.2 ounces of ours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get our gills set up to 5 apiece. We're going to let both of our cast iron, enamel cast irons heat up, and then we'll open both those up and we'll cook them. So one question we do get asked is, because this is basically double, ours is basically double what the grocery store size is what you can do if you don't want to cook it all. First off, you can cook it all, save it for later. Second off, you can take 2 of them, put them in a Ziploc baggie, put them in a freezer bag, whatever you want to do, throw them back in the freezer to where you're cooking basically the same as you're cooking there, if that's what you're used to. If you have a large family like we do, well, then this one might work just perfectly fine. But just know, if you want to cook what you may be used to in the form of one of these packages at the store that's 8 ounces, it's the equivalent of 2 of ours. Okay, so we're about ready to cook, but even though this is pork and it's got some of the natural lard in there, this one is lots of lard with a little bit of pork. We are going to use a little bit of our lard, rendered lard, just to kind of get the pans greased up just a little bit. So not a lot, very little. I'm going to take it and just kind of coat the pan with it. That way we don't have that initial stick in the pans. I have them separated, ready to go. So we're just going to let this lard heat up just a little bit. The red pan with the red is going to be our Paisley Peach Farms. The white with the green is going to be the store-bought. Green to match up with the green label. So green, store-bought. And then our red Dutch oven bread spatula is going to be our Paisley Peach Farms pork chorizo. Okay, so here we go. We're going to put ours in first. And then we're going to put this one in. And this house is going to be smelling amazing because I love chorizo. So let's get that going here. My favorite breakfast is chorizo, egg, cheese, potato if I have it, and a burrito. And we're going to just let that cook for a second and go back over here. This one off, and then we'll just let it cook. Initially, I don't know if you can tell, this is a little bit darker of a red, a little bit more of a vibrant red. But here we go. It's on for our medium heat. Pork chorizo from the grocery store, Paisley Peach Farms chorizo. Okay, we are about a minute in. Grocery store, Paisley Peach Farms. All right, it's been about another minute. If you look at this chorizo from the grocery store, you can see a lot of grease forming. So we're gonna put it around, and you can see the reason I put that initial layer of lard down was to prevent that from caking real well, which it did a pretty good job of. But there it is. Okay, so there's the grocery store. Now if you come over here, ours, same thing. One thing you will notice about the Paisley Peach Farms pork chorizo is it's more of a crumbly sausage, very much like what you would expect with a breakfast sausage, because it does not have all the lard in there. Remember the grocery store one, the first couple of main ingredients were lymphnoids and lard, whereas ours is pork. So again, you see it crumbled, much like you would see a just normal breakfast sausage. Not a whole lot of grease in that pan. Go back over to the grocery store pan, and what you see there is more of really small pieces and looks like a lot of grease. So the people we've talked to and the people that friends and family who have had chorizo, they're used to pulling out the chorizo and either putting it on a paper towel or something to try to soak up some of that grease, which you can tell why, because of all the grease that's in there. Compared to ours, you're basically just seeing crumble. So you will get all the benefits as far as taste that you're used to and that you love, like I do, but you're not going to get just a bunch of grease with it. It's going to have enough grease to where it gives it good flavor, because fat is flavor, but it's not going to be overwhelming. Okay, it's been a minute. Come look at this. This is the white with the green, which means this is the grocery store, and what you see is a lot of lard, which is grease. So mix it up. If you hear a bunch of barking in the back, Pawpaw has come out and giving the dogs treats, so they may start barking. Maybe not, maybe so. All right, let's go over to ours, and there it is. A little bit of grease you can see in there, but it is not swimming. And what you see is the crumbles like you would in a breakfast sausage, because breakfast sausage is majority just pork, which is exactly what this is. Pork, a little bit of fat mixed in like a breakfast sausage, and then the spices. So we're at the point where both are pretty much done and ready to come out, and you can tell the difference in the grease. You can tell the difference in the consistency of it. Consistency of it. Very little grease. You're paying for the meat that you expect, along with the spices, which makes chorizo so good. None of the byproducts. Over here, you're paying for byproducts. You're paying for lard, lots of it, and the spices. Don't get me wrong, I love chorizo. If I go to a burrito place, I'm getting chorizo, egg, and cheese, and this is the chorizo that they're serving. I like it, I enjoy it, but what's better for our health and our family is our pasture-raised pork chorizo, pork, vinegar, paprika, salt, the top ingredients, compared to the store-made stuff, which is byproduct and lard. Okay, so we have trimmed the ovens off, the stove top off, and what we're going to do is we're going to transfer all of it in here. But first thing we're going to do is we're going to weigh a bowl. So that bowl is 1 pound, 1.5 ounces. Let's see if this is the same. 1 pound, 2.3 ounces. So a slight difference between, go back and do that one again. Yeah, 1.5, 2.3. So that is about a 8-ounce difference in between two. So we're going to transfer these over, and then we're going to weigh them again. Okay, first one, store-bought, 1.72, 1.73 with the meat. Okay, turn this back on. There we go. Technical difficulties. All right, Paisley Peach Farms, 1.9. Okay, so we have Paisley Peach Farms chorizo, store-bought chorizo. Both been sitting for same amount of time, about a minute. Actually, probably about 3 minutes. So we did the math. Store-bought, started with 8 ounces, ended with 5.8 ounces, 2.2 ounces lost in the cook. Our farm, 9.1 ounce start, 6.7 ounces is in, 2.4 loss in cook. Well, there's the math down at the bottom. So 0.2 of an ounce more loss here than here. Here's the pan after. Here's the pan after. Here is ours. Here is the store-bought. Again, I eat this all the time. We go out to eat somewhere and they have chorizo. This is the chorizo that you get. It's something like that. But when we eat it at home, and what we prefer is this right here. The people that have had it, just by the look of it, looks way more appetizing than that one. But they say it tastes cleaner, tastes fresher, which is our main goal. Again, this is our fresh pork chorizo, number 1 ingredient, pork, and you can tell it. So, y'all have a blessed day. We have this available. 1 pound, $15.99. And as you saw, it actually ends up more than being a pound, but that's okay. They package it 4 per package. Fresh pork chorizo, number 1 ingredient, pork. Number 1 ingredient is, let's see here, if you can see it, salivary glands. It's hard to see. Pork, salivary glands, lymph nodes, and fat. Pork, and then the vinegar and spices. But for now, it's time for us to eat. I've got some young ladies that are excited for that one. This one, well, let's just say we're probably not gonna eat that one. This one, we're about to eat. You have a great day. If we can help you, we have free delivery in Lubbock and surrounding areas. Fresh pork chorizo, as well as all of our other cuts.